Hey y'all, it's your girl who swirls, Chris Karazin from Beyond Black and White, coming at you with another question of the week. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the summary up here on what the letter writer wrote me, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what exactly is her problem. She's 22, just got out of college, African American girl in the New York City area, and she's out there dating, but the problem that she's encountering is that the people that she's interacting with, I think pretty much primarily online, are just looking for a hookup. They're not looking for anything serious, and that's just not how she was raised. It's not something that she's comfortable with. She's not willing to be a friends with benefits type of girl. And so she came to me and also wanted to ask the community, especially the people who live in New York City, about what their experiences were dating in that city. Because she's like, do I need to move? What do I need to do? So my quick answer is this: no, you don't need to move. New York City is one of the most multicultural areas in the United States. Like, there is no other place in America that is a true melting pot than New York City, and especially Manhattan. So I want you to get it out of your mind that you need to move, because I don't think that's the case. However, there's a couple of things that I looked at that I think might help you with your search. Now, the first thing is your age. You mentioned that you were 22. Most guys who are 22 years old are just looking for hookups. They are just looking for friends with benefits. They're not looking for that long-term relationship. Usually men, statistically speaking, in this day and age, are looking for those types of relationships when they get to be into their mid and late 20s. Now, that's not to say you eliminate all guys your age, but I want you to keep in mind that the guys that are in your age range around 22 just really aren't they're not there yet, especially when you think about how women mature a little bit faster than men. Especially in New York, they're playing around. There's so many things to do, and I'm going to get back to that later, because that's also an issue, and I'll get back to that later. But I want to talk to specifically about the age thing. So yes, you can meet a guy who's sort of an old soul, because I do know a few guys like that who may be young, but they kind of are very mature. So I think it has to do with the maturity level more than just the age. But I would say, statistically speaking, 25 and above, you might want to be looking. If you're if you're online and you're looking for men, you need to look into that age range. Now, second thing is that you gave me permission to look at your, to post your Facebook profile picture. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do that because you said that was okay. And so there it is. It's up there for everybody to see, big and bold. And first I want to say is that you are very beautiful girl. You're a very good looking girl. So sometimes when people come to me and they say they're having trouble meeting someone, I want to see their picture, because I want to make sure that they're at least average, to above average. If you're average and above average, then I can pretty much guarantee that maybe we can tweak a few things, and there's not much that you're going to have to do to see a difference. Now, one thing that I will say about the profile pictures that I looked at was that in each one of them, you weren't smiling. And I think that you underestimate how important a smile is to a man who's potentially looking at you. So men are very visual. So they're looking at you, they're looking at your picture, and while you look sultry and even a little bit sexy, and that also might be the reason why you're having a little bit of trouble with men being suggestive, because you do have a very, in some of your pictures, you have a very come hither look, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that you shouldn't eliminate those, but I think you should also include pictures where you're being playful, where you're doing things that you like to do, and you're showing the full spectrum of what you are and who you are. So I think that maybe just a few tweaks on your pictures might actually make a difference as well. Now, in terms of New York City, I mentioned before, this is the ultimate melting pot for America. However, especially when it comes to Manhattan, one thing that Los Angeles and New York people have in common is that they're always looking for the next thing. They're, guys are waiting for the next freak train to come in. So they're not wanting to, they don't want to necessarily saddle themselves with one person because there's so many people to choose from. There's so many opportunities to meet new people. So sometimes people just aren't ready to commit. So in that sense, New York City can be a hard place, as with Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles, and I can tell you that it was really difficult, not necessarily dating, but it was really difficult to find someone who was interested in going beyond just the dating phase and, look towards being in a long-term relationship, ultimately a marriage and a family. So I understand the challenges that you have. However, those men are out there. So here's the thing. A lot of it is a numbers game. Think about it this way. If you go out, today's Monday, you go out on Thursday or Friday and you commit to meeting 10 men, one of those men is going to be potential for you. Now, here's where I think that you might want to adjust in terms of your venue, of where you're going out and meeting people. Now, say for instance, you go out to a bar. You are in New York City. Go off Wall Street. All of those bars off of Wall Street are really good places to meet potential mates who may be open to long-term relationships. I can tell you this for a fact because I went to Wall Street. I did an experiment with one of our writers, Tracy Renee Jones, and she was able to get so many interactions with men who were, just getting off work, who were off Wall Street, professional men in their mid to late 20s, because that's what you're looking for, mid to late 20s, who were definitely open to meeting her and getting to know her. And by the looks of you, I can tell you that you're not bad to look at. I don't think guys would be kicking you out of bed. And I also don't think they'd be, not considering you as, I don't know your personality, but I don't see them not considering you as a possible long-term relationship if you meet the right guy. So in combination to the venues that you're going to in New York City, what I want you to do is also go on dating sites that are paid memberships. Like I am the brand ambassador for Interracial Dating Central, and that is a paid membership. So that eliminates a lot of the flim-flammy men who aren't necessarily serious about dating. These guys are serious at least about meeting someone because they're willing to put some money into it. So I would consider joining Interracial Dating Central and maybe Match.com or places like that, where you might be able to be exposed to a little bit of an older type of gentleman who's got that whole friends with benefits thing out of his system and is maybe looking for something a little bit more meaningful. Also, you might want to just hang out here. Go hang out at our blogs and the Facebook fan page. And also, we just created a personals page on the forum, and it wouldn't hurt to just put your profile up. And if you have a dating profile somewhere else, you can post it there, and I'll take a look at it. Other people who are members will take a look at it and give you feedback and see if there's ways that you might be able to fine-tune it a little bit so that maybe you might be able to meet that special guy. So bottom line is, I'm not worried about you. I think you're going to do just fine. But I think if with just a few little tweaks, you might be able to change your current status. But you definitely need to do a few little things, and just those few little things might get you some huge results. Okay, well, I'm rooting for you, and I am wishing you good luck. If you guys have a question for me, you can reach me at Christelyn, CHRISTELYN, @beyondblackwhite.com. Bye.